And on that note, Friday nights are not quite tier 2 nights, but they're for the best of the best. Tier 1. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first sprint race and only sprint race of our European Championships in FPRL Season 7. And as I said, Tier 1, the final race in Austria. So let's see what we've got on offer because I was quite oblivious to what happened on Wednesday due to having an illness. I couldn't compete properly, but Crosstory picking up the victory for the McLaren team. Okay, fair enough, as we were missing audio. But no, I'll say this right now, Crosstory, congratulations, because you were due a result, but that was about as best result you could get, especially after the pre-season. But still, I'm Cruiser 1872, and joining me for the second week in a row, so hopefully, not quite Stotshire, but we need to think of a fancy name. Strotdons or something. I don't know. I don't know. If I was from Aberdeen, it would be ideal, but no. Please welcome Monkey Boy Kurt.
Yes, thank you for that intro, Cruiser. Much appreciated. Yes, 2 weeks in a row. Don't know, must not be feeling right, but here we go. I think we're going to be in for a cracker tonight. There's lots of drivers. Didn't race the first week. We've got Ali Ferrari in there tonight. We've got Hound. We've got Drobel. We've got Ben and ADB as well that have moved up from Tier 2, who was showing fantastic pace in the first race. And then we've also got, obviously, the race winner last week, Reese. We've got Nigel Piggle got on the podium as well last week. I think this is going to be a fantastic quali session, especially as it's the shortest lap on the calendar. And yeah, with a sprint race as well, I can't wait for the action to unfold.
Yeah, much like last week actually, we'll jump on board with Shaggy. He was in the Ferrari last week and is now in the Alpine this week, and immediately trying to leech slipstream off of Reese or Nigel. I think that might have actually been Nigel leaving the pits. But as you said, Austria, the shortest track on the calendar, only 10 corners, but so important to get every single one right. And down the second of 3 DRS zones in this track, so overtaking around this track might not be easy to an extent, because it's just a repetitive DRS. So the heat in the battery will be crucial for both races actually, because as I said, we have a sprint race tonight, so all the more important, especially with the reduced point system that we're running this season. So Reese last time out picking up 16 points, the 15 points for the victory, and I believe the fastest lap as well, rounding out the first Grand Slam of Season 7, picking up the pole. Actually, no, it wasn't. Was it pole position last week for Reese? I know he got the win and the fastest lap, as Shadi does a 105 too. But I'm fairly sure that Reese picked up pole position last week to complete that. What is known as a Grand Chelem or whatever.
No, you are right. Yeah, it was pole position as well. So, like you say, did the treble, as I like to call it. Could he potentially do the quadruple tonight with a sprint race win and a feature race win? We'll have to wait and see about that. Who have we got coming around now? I think it's Mr. Henkers. It is. He's also another fast driver when he's on his day. Can be really up there. Here he comes across the line. That's a 104.4 already. Great lap from the Williams driver. A few more now coming across. Nigel Piggle goes just behind with 104.4 as well. And I believe now we've got the McLaren of ADB. Let's see how he matches up against these Tier 1 guys. He was 6 attempts clear of the rest of the Tier 2s.
Oh, he's pushed it too hard! Oh, careful in the final corner.
His wheel.
That is a very lucky escape there for ADB, as Reese, I think we'll allow that for the sake of being disqualified. We will allow that. But on the subject of being disqualified, as I've been told to mention it in the Twitch chat by Mr. Silverside Boy, Object Fungus. The last O's that someone's went Dakar rallying in the gravel trap. Looks like that might have been Drobel. But Object Fungus, we have a new rule for the season in FPRL regarding our check-ins for our drivers, that you've got to check in before a set deadline to confirm your seat. Object missed the deadline, so as per the rules, he will have to start at the back of the grid for tonight's race. But with this being a sprint race, it's not a complete disaster, question mark, because he can still make up places ahead of the race, and he can even still score a point in the sprint, but he has to finish in the top 8. Ben, back in the Aston, where he actually raced in Tier 2 around Imola, and I'll say this as well, despite ADB making quite a few twitches on that lap, he's just not settling around this track, at least from what I know, as AMS Drives arrived in the scene. Keep an eye out on him tonight, as Ben invalidated that lap, is back in the pits. But Ben and ADB were very fast around Imola, so I suppose it is a completely different track, Austria, and a whole different animal. Well seen it's called the Red Bull Ring and all that, but Nox Desire. Let's see what they have up their sleeve. Fared quite well actually around Imola, picking up points on their debut, I believe, in 8th place. So the only way is up here for the Alfa Romeo, as through the middle sector around turn 7 and then turn 8, so easy to invalidate on that curb, as we're seeing the times rolling in now. Henkes is up to 5th, AMS Drive finishing his lap on a 103.9. Hound up to 2nd place, quite ironically, hounding AMS Drive, a 10th behind the Williams. And where's Knox up to? He's up to 9th, matching with Phenom. So good effort that from the Alfa Romeo, as I think eyes were turned to Ali Ferrari, but no sooner have I done that, he's invalidated his lap. But Ali Ferrari making his first race of the season, and his first race, I think, since the middle of Season 6, which is quite a while for Ali to be out, to be fair for him. But still, we welcome him back, and of course, other commitments outside of the league have taken over around this time of year at his exams. So, those first ahead of FPRL and all that. As also, Silverside Boys mentioned that someone has pens to serve. I believe that's talking about Ali Ferrari. Suppose better getting him out the way now than, well, I say now than later, rather now than never for Ali Ferrari. But Collateral Ads, what have they got? I think for Collateral Ads, they're looking to maybe get towards the middle of the pack, or even just sneak into the top 10 in qualifying, up to the line for the Alpha Tauri, and it's 6th place, ahead of an old foe.
It is, and I have to say to him, what you want about ads that you're too slow for Tier 1? Look at that. Absolutely great lap there into the top 6.
It's track preference. The same way me and you like Bahrain.
Yes, very, very true there, Cruiser. So, yeah, looks like there's a few drivers that haven't set respectable laps yet. Obviously, ADB somehow surviving that crash into the barrier. He's gone out again. He's on an out lap, just about to come around to start his lap. We've got Ben out again. He's on a lap. Be interesting to see what these two can do against this Tier 1 lot. And what they don't want to really do is just, they don't want to push it too hard. They are on a bit, obviously, a much more competitive tier now. They might be trying just a bit too hard to try and get as far up as possible. They just need to try and ease it in against the new competition, and it all should come into place. Like we say, Object Fungus is not obviously going out. Ali Ferrari in the pits and Ads in the pits still. Two very fast drivers that can definitely be up there on their day. But AMS Drive at the moment is setting that benchmark. We look to Ben. We'll go back on board with Ben. We'll see what his split time is for Sector 2. 44.9. It's around about the same as Collateral Ads. So he's looking at around P6, P7 here. Be up with the likes of Ads, big ball midfield maestro as he comes around the final couple of corners. Does not want to invalidate on this last corner, which a lot of people do, and he took absolutely fine. This is a great last sector actually, and look at that, up into P3 behind his teammate. Definitely a good move to get him up into this tier. P3 in tier 1, he'll definitely be happy with that. What can ADB do is the question. He's going around the final corner and he's up into P5, so once again another great lap from the McLaren. Yeah, Cruiser.
Yeah, still here, but I'm quite surprised there. ADB did not look comfortable whatsoever in that first lap. But, like, that mistake out the system, and I think both of them have made a shock to the system. ADB up in 5th, Ben up in 3rd. So, I think that's then put the tier 1 in notice saying, At least we've showed we've had the 1 lap pace, but let's see what we're like for the race. So we'll lift off the throttle for now, but I think as it stands for now, for them to finish 3rd and 5th will be fantastic for their debut out in the tier. Now, Ali, what have they got up their sleeve? Because they invalidated their first run and immediately backed out of the lap, so they are driving this lap almost blind. No delta for the Mercedes driver, as Ads is out on their lap as well, just seeing there in the minimap heading up towards quote-unquote turn 2, which is really non-existent. But we'll stick with Ali, then jump down towards Ads at the end of the Mercedes lap. What has Ali got as we'll head on board? It's a 44.7, and if it's anything like Ben's last sector, that could be pushing towards the MS drive here. He's got to keep up, because he was 2/10 faster than what Ben did, and if he just matches his final sector, that's a bit wide though out of turn 9, and turn 10 throws it and commits a little bit too far, but he's going to finish the lap regardless, and it would have been a 1,000th behind the MS drive. Old acquaintances right there, almost reunited there. But Ads on a 44.6. So what has they got compared to AMS Drive, and even Hound as well? Still up in 2nd place. Now go for another lap before the final runs, and that is dangerously wide there for Ads, who gets away with it. And I think, to be fair, he knew. He backed off of that lap there and actually keeps himself 16th. So fair play to Ads there. He didn't set that lap properly, but at least he does also have a delta to go by for later on. Oh.
Oh, well, that is a statement, that is. What a lap.
Yeah. I think after the misery in Imola, MS Drive wants to make amends quite quickly. A 103.576. Half a second ahead of Hound, and 6/10 ahead of Henkes, who's 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic time. Henkes,
Wow.
what a lap he's put in as well. That's very good for the Williams showing at the moment, 1st and 3rd, and the Aston Martins are 2nd and 4th. So they're dominating the qualifying at the moment. We've got it's like Collateral Ads up into 3rd place, and he wants to go to tier 2.
Hey-o.
What a fraud!
Oh, the magic of Austria. And Monkey Boy Kurt, I'm going to ask you to look in Twitch chat, but you'll know exactly who I'm talking about and what message I'm referring to. Just don't say it, just read it, okay? Because then you'll have a riddle. That's Drobel got for their lap. Right, yeah, you saw the message. As Drobel goes 3rd in a 103.8. By the way, AMS Drive, if you want to timestamp it, it's around 12 and a half minutes into the stream. So refer to that at the end of the race. 12 minutes into the stream. Go back to that, then you'll know what we're laughing about.
Yeah, also, I just want to point out that I want everyone in the members' lounge after this quali to really dig into Collateral Ads, because we just need to tell this bloke that what he was saying today is an absolute load of rubbish, just to make it loud and clear. If everyone can please do that. Thank you very much.
Let's just put it down to a bad day at the office, right? And they don't get the drink already. They've not even redeemed it. Bush. Actually, tell a lie. Silver Sable would redeem one at the start of the stream. 4 minutes left in qualifying, so we could be seeing some double out laps as... Oh, right, brace yourself everyone. AMS Drive is teleported halfway down, towards the end of the pit lane there, not even halfway down it. And, yep. Right, place your bets. We'd go for a 102.7 or something. Yeah, I don't need to go that fast, but... And on another note, Raza Gamer actually retired very early, but that's a bit unexplained. I don't know what that's for.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat. I think he had a very similar thing to what happened to me on Sunday, where he's come into the pits and the game's just decided to retire him. So, yeah, very annoying for Raza. At least he managed to get a lap in, and however, at the moment, it's not looking like it's really going to put him anywhere. Especially if the other guys can get some decent laps in. So ADB, the McLaren, the only one at the moment that's out on a flyer. He's just coming down now towards the end of Sector 2 almost. I'm just going to see what his split time is, if he's up or down.
Oh, he's backed off.
And he's clearly down then.
Well, I don't know if that's just to keep treading the tyres, I don't know if that's just to burn fuel, I don't know what that's for, but obviously not comfortable with that lap, it seems, for the McLaren, sandwiched in between the Hasses. Reese looking to improve, so's Ben. I mean, to be fair for Ben, up in 6th place in their outing, to be up in the mix with Reese and Henkes, who are by no means a pushover in Tier 1. Yes, Silverside Boy, that is correct. We were laughing at that. And we just leaked the whole thing to MS Drive, but let's see what, I think, well, he's made the statement, but what's the advance, I think, for AMS Drive is he's actually, I say he's down in this time, but 200ths down at the end of Sector 1, which Turn 1 is critical around this track, is pretty much matching, to be fair, for the Williams. Now, Turn 4 almost running completely off the track. You can get away with that in time trials and just about get away with it, as we have a car park at Turn 3, it looks like. Traditions are kept alive well, as, oh, I think Ben's going to get caught in the mix. He's just about got away with it there, as AMS Drive is 2,000ths faster in the middle sector. So all he's got to do, I say all he's got to do, is just match his final sector in a little bit more, and he will improve his time to build that gap by around, to keep that gap at around 3/10 to Drobel. And indeed he's done just that. He's improved minimal, but it's a 103.52.
Here comes Reese. Oh, he goes second.
It's a 103.8 for Reese, not good enough.
Oh, and he's gone wide again.
Ben, oh, Ali.
How's he kept that lap? He went miles off at the last corner.
I missed that. I don't know what that was there. As Ben was down in their time, and he's not yet getting another lap in, so Ben at best is going to be 8th. ADB's out of fuel, so they're going to be at best 9th. Nigel spun at Turn 1, and it's going to be down in at least 10th. Phenom starting their final lap now. Midfield Maestros went completely unnoticed in this session, down in 13th. Who is furthest ahead on the track out of all the front runners? We might. Hound is just starting their lap. I think we'll stick with Hound for the remainder of the lap. Or actually, no, we'll go with Collateral Lads. I can't make up my mind. The track's too small. Fine, Collateral Lads. We'll stick with him. He's ready to get a slipstream, actually, off of Ben. As I nearly ruined that lap for Collateral Lads, but that's not ideal for him. Bourbon Boy,
he's crashed it.
Yeah, he's lost it at Turn 7 on the outside. He's went really wide there. I don't know if he's just straight lined it, to be fair. But Collateral Lads pushing to try and beat Hound or even Ali Ferrari.
Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal what Ads has done here. He's retired on track and he is now blocked. Nox Desire. Yeah, that's not ideal, Ads, to be honest.
The Collateral Lads does not improve. Henkes is up in their time. Can they maybe challenge Ali Ferrari and get in the top 4? Because I don't know who else is going to improve. Reese has set his lap as Henkes is thrown it in the final corner. And he doesn't improve. He lost time. As there's an Alpine in the wall there. That's Shaggy. Down in 16th. There was a Red Bull that improved. Don't actually improve there. It might have been Midfield Maestro who invalidated. And on that note,
Drobel goes P2.
Completely missed that as well there. I am slapping the wrist for me. But that does it for qualifying. And it's AMS Drive on pole for our sprint race tonight. Drobel second, Reese our winner last time out in the third, Ali Ferrari up in 4th. Hound, Henkes, Collateral Lads, Ben, ADB and Phenom in the top 10 ahead of his former teammate Nigel Piddle, who once again has a bit of work to do in the race, but now down in 11th place for our sprint. Junuvane, Nox Desire, Midfield Maestro, Raza, Shaggy, Ads, Bourbon Boy and Object Fungus, of course, serving that qualifying ban, will start at the back.
Yeah, fantastic quali session, full of action, full of some quite surprises as well. I think Henkes and Collateral Ads being up there, very good. Surprises the other way though. We've got a back three of Object Fungus, Bourbon Boy and Ads. I mean, they're going to really try and get through the field. That is 3 quick drivers all at the back, unable to get laps, and obviously a quali ban for Object Fungus. So they'll definitely be trying to make their way through as quick as possible. But yeah, I mean, AMS Drive, no one's stopping him over a tenth quicker than Drobal and almost 3/10 quicker than third place. If he can get out in the lead and get a second advantage quite early on, he looks definitely the best favourite to win the sprint and the feature at the moment. But who knows what the race will bring? We might even have some rain appearing. We don't know yet. So let's wait and see.
Oh, that's all we need. One thing I know is, despite having a total of 1 lap in the Tier 3 sprint and main race combined, chaos is going to be present at this track. Because it's very sharp, if that makes any sense. The corners are very tight, and so far no rain. So at least we avoid that malarkey for now. But still. So, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm actually going to use this time to eat my dinner, actually. Which I've got here. It's just a pizza I banged in the oven.
Gosh.
Gary, you can't choose if it's a truth or dare, Gary. I'm not doing any dares on here anyway, because you'll just come up with something bloody stupid. So I'm going to override you, considering, as you said, truth or dare, and it's going to be truth, actually, Gary. So come on.
Truth. He's going to say dare. He says, I dare you to eat that pizza in 1 bite. See, at least keep it sensible in a way. Oh, Nigel's in the chat. Sensibility has left the chat.
I'm definitely not doing that.
I didn't even need to see the message to know Sensibility left. And I think Sensibility packed his bags and went to the nearest airport, to be fair.
Gary says it was going to be an impression. For God's sake. What? As I don't have the points thing yet, I don't even know what he's on about now. I'm just going to enjoy my rum and coke and pizza.
As I have done the points thing yet. Yorkie's redeemed a quote-unquote safety car question. Right, we'll keep that in mind, or we just have the talk now. Actually, you know what? Yeah. With the releases of deliveries, Alpine... We throw this out the Twitch chat as well. With the Alpine, Haas, Williams... Visa Cash App, Transfer Mobile Banking, Racing Bulls, and formerly known as Stake F1. What's your favourite livery so far out of the 5 they've quote-unquote announced? Actually, no, 5 or 6.
I mean, I've seen the
6.
we call it the V carb, are we, or whatever it is, or whatever we're going to call it. They've kind of gone back to like the old style Toro Rosso on that, the sort of like that kind of colour anyway on the wings, thing. I don't know what I think about the new Sauber green and black. That's a little bit of it's a bit out there. I don't think we've ever really seen actually a car like that. I don't think ever really green and black. I mean, we had the Jaguar, but that was more green rather than black. But Lotus and Caterham, that was obviously more green as well. So that's a bit of a new one. It's a bit interesting. I wouldn't really say I've got a favourite at the moment, to be honest, Cruiser. I don't know about you, but I'm sorry to be boring like that.
Well, being neutral until the big 4 teams announce their liveries, but we know what Red Bulls will be. When Ferrari, we all just gonna admire anyway because it's Ferrari. Mercedes are gonna be black. Oh, it's never black livery. Don't flip that, because we know what the world is like now these days. And I think McLaren actually teased theirs a few weeks ago, so we have a rough idea what that's going to be like. But don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. That McLaren looks very, very nice. And away we go for the formation lap of the Austrian sprint. And much like all sprint races, pit stops aren't mandatory, and tyre selections can be whatever you want as long as you get them to the end. And looking as though Henkes, Junivane and Ads are going for the softs, and Shaggy in the Alpine is going to start on the hards, just get them out the way, possibly a 2-stop for the race. I don't know if I can back that call from the Alpine driver, to be fair. But everyone else is on medium tyres, or medium tyres, as I know some people like to hear me say that. I'll try my best. But I think the story for the sprint here is going to be how quickly can Ads, Bourbon Boy and Object Fungus get through the pack, or how far can they get up the pack within 12 racing laps. Because we could factor in virtual safety cars, factor in safety cars, and that... Well, put it this way, if you get a safety car around here, you lose a quarter of the race, and you lose nearly a half of that for DRS. So, they're going to be somewhat praying there's no safety cars, but also quite a few collisions ahead that they can just worm their way through the field. And as for AMS Drive, after what happened in Imola, he just wants to stay at the front and hope nobody gets in his way.
Yeah, you would hope so. I mean, Ads, I can see why Ads is probably gone for the softs. He'll see, he's always normally like a top 5 kind of driver, starting that low down. He probably wants to try and get through the field as soon as possible. Okay.
Well, so much for the collisions to get through the pack. That's one way to jump to the front, but they've been disqualified.
He's starting on cold tyres now. But yeah, he'll be trying to get through the pack as quick as he can. But like you say, they're going to be hoping for a safety car, Henker's, Genuvain, Ads, because if there's no safety car, those softs will be horrible towards the end. They'll be really slow. And like you say, I don't know why Shaggy's gone for the hards, but not something that I would have backed. But yeah, the mediums, if there's no safety cars, will be the best tyre. That's the way we go right now.
I think I can see a small speck or pixel of red among the lights, but I can see movement and we are underway. We get a landscape panoramic view of the Styrian Mountains, and we can also see Drobel challenging it towards turn 1. Rides the curb though, and MS Drive escapes that no problem at all. Collateral Lads making a move on Ali Ferrari and Henkes as we head up towards turn 3. MS Drive keeping their lead ahead of Drobel, Reese, Hound, Henkes challenging Collateral Lads in towards turn 1 as Nigel goes deep on the brakes there and causes people to go wide at turn 3. But Nigel making up the places and survives that almost unscathed. But I think there, Phenom might feel a little bit hard done by there, getting forced wide. And I think one of the Astons, might have been Ben actually, who got really hard done by there, is now down in 17th potentially with wing damage if we can get that as quick as we can. But so far it's not been the dream start for Ben, despite an ideal qualifying. Henkes wanting to make up a place to Collateral Lads and make the most of these soft compound tyres as fast as he can and as much as he can through turn 9 and then turn 10 to already complete the first lap. Is the Williams and their teammate AMS Drive 4 tenths ahead of Drobel, Reese, Hound, Collateral Lads and Henkes, Ali Ferrari, Nigel, ADB and Genuvain the top 10.
Yep, so in the pits we've got Ben and Shaggy. Definitely been some contact there. Shaggy can get off those hards now. I don't know why he started on them. The wing comes off. He's going to go on to softs. Same with Ben. Wing comes off, goes on to softs. We've got Bourbon Boy and Ads now trying to make a move. Still haven't made up any positions yet, which will be a bit disappointing, especially Ads, who's on those soft tyres. Hasn't been able to make up anything. Object Fungus is in 15th, having a battle with midfield Maestros all over the back of him now, using a bit of battery. Going to try and go through on the outside now as we go round the corner. Shaggy's retired already. Oh, I think he's crashed it coming out of the pit lane. And it's not ideal. He's done
I don't know about that. That might have been a disconnect, but certainly not ideal for him. But I suppose in one sense, he has fresh tyres for the race. Question mark.
Yeah, I'll just quickly get a invite out to him. Hopefully he's not that. Hopefully that's not a rage quit and then leaving the game. So hopefully he will rejoin. But AMS Drive, Nigel Piggle now just done the fastest lap of the race, which is interesting. So it proves that he's got pace here. But AMS Drive hasn't been able to pull that second. So Drobel will soon be all over him. But he's got a good exit there.
Nox Desire almost taking out Object Fungus. They are moving while under braking to avoid Raza Gamer, and we're now 3 wide in towards turn 4, completely cutting off the Monkey Boy cut. But Object Fungus had a bit of a scare from Nox Desire. Has had to defend from midfield Maestro, who goes wide, but Object has the run on the Alfa Romeo. The 2 Italian teams jockeying and jostling for position, but Knox holds on, but 1.3 now behind Razadema. So he is now prey, to be honest, for Object Fungus, hunting his way through the pack. And I think Knox Desire is probably going to feel the wrath of the Ferrari in around 20 seconds time. As he rounds the final corner. And then don't expect Objects to make the move at turn 1. You see now Knox already flashing their battery, showing they're below 10% ERS, and the gains that the Ferrari makes, and Knox Desire just moves over. That's one way of getting out of the way, but Object up to 13th, and as I see their collateral lads challenging Hound, I think that's what you're going to mention in Monkey Boy Kurt.
That was literally, and also Drobel as well on the back of AMS. He was unable to make a move. Shaggy's left the session again. We'll give him one more. There's Nigel Piggle as well, trying to go around the outside of Henkers. This will be a great move. He can pull it off. It's still side by side, almost wheel to side pod. And Nigel Piggle makes the move stick there. And are those soft tires already going off? Henkers seeming to drop a little bit back from the pack. But like you said as well, Collateral Ads having a good go at Hound there, trying to get up into P4. It'd be a great result for Ads if he can actually get up that high. I mean, at the moment, even P5 is great for him. But now we come down the main straight. Drobel once again is only 3 tenths behind AMS Drive. Needs to get a good exit out of turn 1. And he does get that good exit. Now he's on the battery. He's got a full battery, to be fair, as well. And here he goes, easy as you like this will be. But has he gone past too quickly? Because AMS Drive now will get the DRS back. But I think Drobel's got a fantastic exit there, and he has. And I don't think AMS Drive is going to be able to make a dive here. Or will he? He's getting close. But no, on this occasion, for this lap anyway, Drobel takes the lead of the Grand Prix.
However, look at the battery usage for AMS Drive. Compared to Drobel, both of them are actually in very, very similar levels, but Drobel slightly less than AMS Drive, and I say slightly because AMS Drive is on max battery, Drobel's on 95. Nigel getting a 3-second penalty though in that fight with Henkes, both of them starting to fall back from the top 5 and quickly starting to disband that field in towards 2 trains, starting to really form up now between the top 5. And from Henkes down towards ADB, who is definitely holding their own in this race, but so far just out of the sprint points. There's a top 8 score points in the sprint race, but with Nigel's penalty, ADB could be on for a point on their debut. As for Ben right now, I think they're just getting some practice and a bit of pride, to be honest. Hoping something happens in the second half of this race, and I say second half, we're on lap 6 of this race. So Ben hoping for a miracle, and AMS Drive hoping to return the favour to Drobel, and indeed is going to, in towards turn 4, down the inside of AMS Drive, and restores that lead as Reese makes a slight mistake there at the exit of turn 4 and is further back as well. Nigel and Henkes still going at it, so I think we'll break away from that fight at the front and see Ali Ferrari trying to go down the inside of Nigel, just about keeps it under control there, but Henkes now 2.2 seconds. And that fighting really starting to split up the top 5 and leave this war right now for the sprint scraps. As Ali, that is very tight there going through turn 9, just about gets away with it. But he wants to make the move stick as quick as he can and hope maybe to try and catch up to the top 5. We're just running away right now as we start lap 7, and I think now it's going to be the pendulum games up at the front between AMS Drive and Drobel, who's Drobel once again takes back the lead. And here's Reese making a very late move there in AMS Drive, putting his name in the mix, but it's going to cost them both time running the Williams wide. And there's a collision at the back. I think one of the Ferraris, this Object Fungus! Object's gone off!
Yeah, not ideal for Fungus. You know, he needs to try. Well, this race would have been him trying to get back up to the top of the field so he can have a better starting position for the feature, and that's gone out the window now. He'll be starting right at the back again for the feature race. So unlucky for him, but Drobel, AMS Drive, Reese is hanging in there. The winner from last week, shown some great pace. Ali Fry with a 3-second penalty. That is not what he wanted. But these top 5 are really all sticking together. I just feel that Collateral Rise, he just needs to watch his battery a little bit. He's a lot lower than the 4 in front of him. And I think now, to be honest, Drobel has got a bit more of a gap Yeah, it is almost. It's half a second now, and will Reese have a go at AMS Drive? He's slowly but steadily getting a bit closer. Are we going to see the dive down into turn 3? No, we're not this time around. But he goes a bit wide, does AMS Drive, and now he gets the traction though. Can Reese get the battery down? This is where you need to use the battery. They might even both have a go at Drobel if they get close enough. And the dive comes from Reese. Can AMS Drive hold it around the outside? Yes, he can. This is fantastic driving from these tier 1s. This is what we want to see every week. And Drive is still around the outside. Is Reese still hanging in there as they go round the left and right, and eventually Reese has to back out. But what fantastic driving there from the tier 1s. Absolutely brilliant. Putting on a great show here. And I'm surprised they're keeping as close to Drobel as they are with all that battling.
But Drive is rinsing that battery. Drobel's on 90%. Drive, having to defend, is on 65% as Ben's gone off at turn 4. I think that's just rather summed up the mood for the sprint race for the Aston Martin driver. And here goes AMS Drive with 4 laps left in the sprint. You see the DRS advantage, and that is Drobel not using his battery. Drive going to force him, try make him go deep at turn 2, and turn 3, pardon. But Drobel's just ready to drive out the corner, and because of the detection point, he's going to get the DRS back against the AMS Drive. And here goes Reese, 3 wide, as Drobel cuts across AMS Drive. Reese is there to actually cushion him and point him back in the right direction. So AMS Drive might be partially grateful there to Reese that he made that move, as Reese drifts in favour. And that is not the thank you gift I think Reese would have expected, as Hound's making the move on the inside of AMS Drive as well.
Oh, absolutely fantastic stuff here. Drobel is almost out of that DRS, and I think he will be a lot more safer now. Obviously, Drive's going to get the slipstream, and they're probably going to battle even more. And it's fantastic stuff here from the lads. And Drobel is just sort of watching it all behind him unfold. And he's probably surprised that he's not sort of broke out of that second barrier. Reese now has to defend from AMS Drive. AMS Drive on the battery. He's going to go down the inside into turn 3, and he will be behind. He should get, and what a move it is. Dives down the inside. Will have the DRS as well, will Drive, but so will Reese as well. Now, who's going to use the battery to their best advantage here? Is he going to take a dive, Reese, like he did the last lap? He's not on this occasion, so we've got 2.5 laps to go, and at the moment, this is anyone's cruiser.
And I think it could come down to who gets the first penalty in this top 5. Because as it stands right now, they do have the cushion just about to Henkes. I think that gap's now at 2.7 seconds, and with the DRS train, it can just keep growing and growing. And I think as it stands right now, if my numbers are correct, Henkes will finish 6th, ADB 7th, despite losing the place here to Ali Ferrari, as I say it, but Ali is on that 3-second penalty. And if he keeps fighting with ADB, Ali might not even finish in the top 10, because Raza Gamer is within 2.5 seconds of the Mercedes as we're on the penultimate lap of the sprint race, and 1.5 seconds covers the top 5. Collateral Lads just hanging in there in the background, but I think he's just going to start to fall away in the final few laps, unless something happens ahead as Drobel forces AMS Drive tight at turn 3 once again. Who's going to get the DRS here? And I think it's AMS Drive. Yes, it is AMS Drive. He's going to go for it. But that might not be the favourable decision here, as it goes Reese around the outside of Drobel. He's going to get forced in the curb. Drobel trying to go to the inside. AMS Drive covers that off. And AMS Drive, for the first time in a few laps in this race, I say a few laps, but every lap counts in a sprint race, as Reese has gone wide there. There goes Hound, making a move down the inside of the Haas, like what AMS Drive has done to Reese. Hound has done to him as well, down the inside at turn 7, and makes it stick. Now Hound is on the podium places. He's bided his time and has made it work. And then now onto the final lap of this sprint race. Who is going to pick up the maiden sprint victory of Season 7? Drive, Drobel, Hound, Reese and Collateral Lads. 1.2 seconds covers the lot of them as we begin the final tour of the Styrian sprint race. AMS Drive now draining that battery, trying to keep that gap, or at least hold the gap against Drobel into towards turn 3, and Drive is going to play games. He was going to back off as Drobel gets into the lead, but Drive will have the DRS and wants to get the Drive out of turn 3. He wants to take the lead back from the Ferrari, who's been at it for so long in this race. He's rinsing that battery, so Drobel's going to force him wide though at turn 4, and I think Drobel's just said force him onto the gravel, That was a bit naughty from Drobel, but he gave enough room. And I think on that, if he just keeps it together for the final few corners, Drobel is going to take the victory in what has been a thrilling race. And actually, Reese has got ahead of Hound as well because of the battery for the Aston Martin. It's just ran out towards the end. And Drobel, in this 5-car melee, is going to pick up the sprint win and win the opening round. Well, win the opening race of the night. It's Drobel who wins, AMS Drive second, Reese collateral adds, Hound at the final few corners picked up a penalty, so we'll finish in 5th. Henke's ADB Bourbon Boy from 18th to 8th. And that's what a sprint race can do for your main race, proving that no matter how you qualify, it's about the sprint race that matters the most. Nigel and Raza Gamer, Ali Ferrari ends up in 12th after that penalty. And it also shows what a sprint race can do in terms of qualifying for the bad way. But Drobel, he wins, he draws first blood in the races tonight. Now, onto the main card.
Oh, well, that's going to take a lot in the feature to top that. That was fantastic stuff. One of the best I've ever seen, to be fair, in this tier. We had one at Brazil last season in Tier 1, which was a cracker, but that one was just as good. All the drivers in that top 5 that we were watching, fantastic standards, it has to be said as well. Let's give them credit for that. No dirty move. It was Drobel and Amos drove side by side at the end on the last lap, a little bit on the gravel. I think it was just about okay. Yeah, full credit to the lads there. Gave us some fantastic driving to watch. And Hound did end up getting a free second on. It must have been the last corner. I didn't actually realise that. Yeah, so collateral adds picks up 4th. So great drive from him. But Drobel, well done to hold off drive. That was a great last lap. And has to be said as well. Obviously, we were watching that front pack a lot, but Bourbon Boy did come up from 18th to get P8. So I think in this feature race, don't count him out. He's going to be up there as well with this lot.
Pardon me while I'm silent right now, I'm just sending the results to our standings team so they can get the graphics for the end of the evening. Just get that sent away. And nice. Just took screenshots while I have a stream on my phone. I suppose that's one way of doing it. 16% on the charger, come on. And that was 1-6, not 6-0. Nigel said he's got 2 warnings in one corner. Not ideal. And so far, it looks like no rain at all, I think, for I believe that's actually the whole time we've been at Austria, there's not been any rain, if I'm correct. Unless there was any rain in the Tier 3 race, I don't think there was. I think it was just dark clouds.
No, you're right. No rain. Sorry for the pause there. Just eating some more pizza.
Yeah, I think. Well, to be fair, I think all the drivers left us hungry for more racing. To be fair, so might as well feast while we can. But, yeah. So for the first time in a long time, no rain in the FPRL event. It exists. Hopefully that trend continues on Sunday when we head to Portimao or Portugal. I know C. Davies will be thrilled to come back and see that as the race he's going to come back to.
C. Davies' favourite track, as we all know, Portimao.
Yep, the same way my favourite track is Jeddah.
Oh yeah, you love that, mate. You wish it was Jeddah every week.
Mm-hmm. Can we race you every week? No.
Right, so this is going to be interesting now. We're not at a sprint, we're at a feature. So, tyres, who's going to start on what? That's the interesting thing. I reckon there's going to be a good mix here. I haven't looked at the race director yet, but I'm not going to either. I want it to be a surprise for myself, but I reckon there's going to be a good mix of tyres here.
Honestly.
Because there's the strategies that they offer you at the start of the race. I think there's either medium soft or medium hard, and they always come about the same sort of time, about a second or 2 seconds in it. So I can definitely see some alternate strategies coming out to play in this race.
All I'm going to say is expect to see a few hard compound tyre runners. That's all I'm going to say. And expect to see them towards the top half of the pack.
Yeah, I think so. No point asking Monkey as he did. Yes, that's very true. Bloody game. Um, yeah, first lap,
Ah,
safety car came out and kicked me out of the lobby and just retired me.
good.
Love you, EA. Yeah,
No, might have more luck next week.
I jinxed it now. I was going to do the same thing.
Nah, don't worry. Don't worry. It's quite a few races afterwards as well. Right, so we spoke about deliveries. We've spoke about the calendar. Spoke about the weather. I'll speak about politics while Dave is in the chat. Kidding. Yep. Let's avoid politics. So I'm just trying to picture the point standings right now. Reese picked up third in the sprint, so his tally right now is on 22 points. Object not storing means he's still on 12. MS Drive's now on 8. EDB's got a point on the board as well, but again, it's going to be a case of how quickly can Object Fungus fight through the pack, because he's going to have to hope luck goes his way in the race. Same goes for Ben, actually, who got very unlucky at the start of that race and just didn't look up for him whatsoever. It all just stayed south for the Aston Martin driver. But
Yeah, he'll be hoping for definitely a better race to come. If it's anything like the sprint race, yeah, he won't be pleased. But yeah, really, it's it's all advantage Reese really, because you've got Drobal who didn't race last week's got points. AMS Drive who didn't get any points last week's got points, and when Ads, Hound, ADB all didn't race. Well, all raced last week but got no points. So yeah, Reese has basically got a big advantage over Fungus, who starts in 17th. So if he stays where he is in P3, he'll still be leading the championship after this evening. But we're just going to bring the tyres up. And, oh, okay. So only one person's gone for the softs. That's Shaggy at the back. But other than that, it's just hards and mediums.
like I did say though, there's a few more hard compound tyre runners than mediums, because I can count only 5 on medium tyres. Shaddy's on softs, so I can make that 13 drivers are on hards. And yeah, I would say it's a bit spread out in terms of the medium runners, but at the same time, I think the plan is clear to have better tyres at the end of the race. And it seems like some people have done their homework watching PSGL and all the pro drivers do it, because that seems to be the preferred approach around here. Unless any safety cars do happen, they can just go double medium, which I think is what Nox, Maestro, Raza, ADB and Collateral Ads are going to do. Just go opposite to one another as Cruise the Dog has made his cameo, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, thank you. Oh, he's found the microphone. Cruise the Dog has found the microphone, everyone. We are in trouble. A puppy with a microphone. It's gonna go well.
Are we going to hear any barks in a minute, Cruiser?
No, you might hear some squeaky toys though. But
Okay.
Cruise the Dog has made his traditional Friday night playtime slot. At roughly the same time we're doing lead racing. Only you.
Just quickly.
Yeah.
Just quickly. Has Cruiser Dog got a name?
Yes, he does. But I'm just going to keep it as Cruise the Dog for now.
Okay.
Because it's funny. And again, I need to enhance my vision and try and see little specks of red on the grid, or at least listen for the sound of engines revving, which is not happening right now. So I don't know if this happened in the Tier 2 race. I don't know if this has happened again. And this might actually just be a glitch or a bug around Austria. That it's just a lottery. That, right, you're not going to start the race.
Well,
But I'll say
it will be.
I'll say this. If it is the same as the Tier 2 race, then we might have to call a restart. I'm going to say might. We'll keep it in the clouds for now. Yep, Cruiser Road has now decided it is playtime.
Yeah, I mean, it will be someone that's just not loading in. There'll be one driver on there that's just not. They'll need to leave for the race to start, basically. Um, yeah, I obviously don't know. Drobel's just let Drobel, the pole man, it is. He's going to be not in the lobby for the start. Might be chaos.
Oh dear. Oh, and apparently we're off. Yep, away we go. And in towards turn 1, Drobel has completely backed up into Clash of Lads, who got a stormer of a start. And AMS Drive again leads the way. Reese, Clash of Lads, Henkes, Drobel starting to fall through the pack. Down in 5th, ADB, Bourbon Boy, Nigel, Hound and Raza in 10th as Drobel's completely falling through the pack right now. And this is so unfair for the Ferrari driver, but everyone has emerged through unscathed. Right. What would be the best course of action right now? Because this is very unfair on Drobel. But it's also partially unfair on everyone else.
I mean, it's one person. I don't think you can do anything for one driver. Everyone's just got to try and make their way through, unfortunately. As Ads is doing, look at Ads in that McLaren. He's already up into P10. And here we go, then Drobel coming through the final corner. They've got to watch their braking here because the AI will obviously brake earlier. And Drobel's now down to P9. It's going to be P10 now with Ads that's going to go past. He's now rejoined. It's going to be just a case of trying to get back through the field. And Drobel has got the pace to do that, but it's not what he would have wanted. And unfortunately, he's just further dropping back and back. He's now down to P13. And I think his teammate's now going to probably get him as well, as he goes through turn 3, and yet he will overtake him now. So yeah, Drobel's gone from pole position to almost in the space of a lap and a half at the back of the pack.
Have you sent an invite back to Drobel just so we can get
Yeah. I've seen him rejoin, so he should be in.
Well, good luck Ferrari, because at least the object's made some moves out the pack before the DRS effect takes effect. But MS Drive, Reese, Collateral Lads, the 1, 2, 3, and Collateral Lads making the most as he can off of the start. But Bourbon Boy up to 4th, and a good start for him as well. Especially from the start of the evening, he was 18th and didn't even have a lap time on the board, and a fastest lap now for the Alfa Romeo driver. But AMS Drive is now going to be under pressure, this time from Reese with the DRS, and Reese already down to 60% battery. AMS Drive again just storing his up for when he actually needs it, and Collateral Lads down to 46%. Obviously wanting to try and stick with the top two and just get the most out of the DRS while he can. Meanwhile, Hound, who had that 3-second penalty at the start of the evening, Ads is actually up now to 8th place from where he started the race, and that has been a very strong start for both McLarens. As now Ads trying to go around the outside of Hound, who forces him onto the curb. They're still going to be side by side if we can actually see what's happening, but Ads filters back in line for turn 6, and Hound holds on to 8th place. As we'll have a look at the positions graphic, and Ads up 5 places. Definitely the start he wanted, and Drobel's made up the first place of what he's hoping is a long road to recovery, getting ahead of Ben, who's up 2 places himself, and everyone in the top 10 making up places apart from Hound, who's down 3 after a fairly poor start for the Aston Martin driver compared to what he had in the sprint. But the top 4 in their own little group, and once again it's Henkes and Nigel Piddle fighting that's causing the field to separate.
Yeah, once again, obviously, like you say, they're fine, but I don't know how long Collateral Ads is going to be able to stick with these top 2. He's currently still in P3, but remember, he's on those medium tyres, and they aren't going to last forever. Here goes Reese, though. Is he going to take a dive on AMS Drive? No, he's not. And the thing is Ads is going to struggle to try and make any ground with Reese having that DRS in front of him, so he's going to have to try and hope he gets a good run out of a corner, or Reese makes a little mistake if he has any attempt to try and get up into P2, and he'll need to do it within the next couple of laps, because like I said, those tyres will wear off. There's Lady V's out! Oh, massive pile-up.
Massive crash. And that stems from Henkes and Ads. Oh no, it's might not have been Ads, but it stemmed from one of the McLarens. But Collateral Lads is in a pit. Surely he's not going to go to the end. Surely he's not thinking he can get to the end from here. Well, he's going to try it. So good luck to you. But, that is so unfortunate for ADB. It was a really strong sprint race, and it's just completely unravelled. 4 laps into the main race in Austria, and that's the first retirement of the race, going to the debutant of ADB. And that is not the way he would have wanted to induct himself in Tier 1, or rather introduce himself to Tier 1. But this is somewhat the stroke of luck here that Fungus and Ben were hoping for, as Ads is retired as well in the pit lane, so that might actually be floor damage, because we saw that Hound almost T-boned him. So, yeah, double disaster for the McLaren team. But like I was saying there, Object and Ben, this is, and for that matter Drobel too, this has somewhat brought them back into the mix.
It has, and as someone that's going to be loving that, only on 4-lap old hards like a few of the other drivers, but up there, Object Fungus, getting closer to his rival from last week, Reese, who's up in obviously second, but 7th place at the moment for Object. These Ferraris will have to try and work together now to try and dispatch of Knox, who I would suspect his tyres will probably be getting towards the stage where they're not going to be as quick as the hards by the end of this safety car. Ben, like we said, got a bit of redemption. He's back up to 9th place, but Collateral Ad's down in 13th. His hard tyres are only 4 laps newer than the rest, and to be quite honest, I can't see him getting to the end on those. So I don't know if he's just... Oh, and Raz has left, so I'll get him back in, but I don't know if Collateral Ad's is kind of... I know he was on the mediums, but I'm not sure if he's kind of sacrificed a lot of positions there. It's going to be very difficult for him to get to the end of the race.
Yeah, I don't know about that one for Ads, but in one sense he has made his pit stop, which we'll actually have a look. And yet he's among one of only 4 drivers to make their pit stop. Hound, Raza, Junivent, and as mentioned, Collateral Ads down in 13th. Have a look at the tyres. Junivent's went on softs, so that's going to be another pit stop for him. Probably put on another set of mediums, or maybe he'll try and go to the end on hards. Might be a tough task though. Raz has went on hards, Hound has went on mediums, and as mentioned, Collateral Ads on hards. So lap 6 under the safety car, and I forgot to mention as well, Yorkie redeemed the safety car question just before our sprint race, and that question, Monkey Boy Kurt, was, whose fault was it, in your opinion, and what could Ali Ferrari have done better?
Oh dear. Ali Ferrari. Dear oh dear.
Right, Head Steward, you gave me a 60-second penalty for goading you last week about Lewis Hamilton. Give Ali Ferrari a slap on the wrist at least. Because he used the Force, he used telepathy and Star Wars vision to take out both McLarens. That is a vendetta against his old team. Get him out.
Well, I think he deserves a penalty anyway, Ali, for his absolute fraud quali lap where he went absolutely miles off the track at the last corner and somehow didn't invalidate and got P4 on the grid. So, yeah, if anyone's clipped that, then he'd be a great little, but yeah, great little grass. But yeah, Raza is back in, thank God. Before we get going again, he's going to have to be quick to get in control of his car because the safety car, as we can see there, is in this lap.
Yep, lap 7 of a race in Austria, and the safety car is now filter back in the pits. Yep. Sorry, I got a bit distracted by the parents. We love our mother. AMS Drive, Reese, Bourbon Boy, Nigel, Ali, Knox. and then both Ferraris, Object, Drobel, Ben, Phenom, the top 10, and there goes the MS Drive already. Pulling the trigger, and away he goes to start lap 8 of 36 in Austria. And he's got a 4/10 of a second lead already over Reese's Bourbon Boy. Wants to get a move on here against the Haas. And further back, there's no other moves wanting to take place, as Drobel and Object Fungus, who will get the better treatment at Ferrari, and if anything like Ferrari the past few years, that answer is neither of them. They'll get no treatment because they'll get shafted. But there goes Nigel, making the move on Ali Ferrari, making the move on Nigel Piddle, pardon me, but Nigel looking to respond, drain that battery almost completely dry, to try and get the move back on the Mercedes, as it all just accordions up there a little bit. Knox, Object, Drobel, Ben and Phenom still the top 10, but Maestro right alongside them. Actually have a look at that battle, they were just stopping the helicopter cam, but Maestro is filtered back in line behind the Alpine, and already that fighting for the top 4 as Object is a bit of a twitch. Ali Ferrari now 1.3 seconds behind Bourbon Boy, and he's got to get back within that DRS ASAP for Ali Ferrari.
Cross Kerry is nominated a catchphrase. Well, young cruiser, a certain Mr. Gary likes something in his ear.
Oh, fuck off. I know what this is. Cross Kerry, you asked for the redemption. I gave you the redemption on Sunday as a you're welcome, and then he just went full Uno reverse against me. I'm not doing it. No. I'm not doing it. If you guys want to know what this is about, check out the tier 3 stream we had on Sunday around here, because it happened very early on. And oh no. Hello. Yes, I'm being peer pressured. Can I report this? Anyway, lap 10 of the race in Austria, and we spent a whole lap talking about certain noises, which I don't want to mention or sound into a microphone, but I think we know certain websites that will make those noises. I'll say that. Head comms overrides do it. Lead management overrides head comms. I win. Paper beats rock. Wait. Yeah, that's right. No. Yeah, paper beats rock. I win.
You had to think about that, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, I did. I thought I completely butchered it. Because it's a bad habit for me to try and one-up someone, but no. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've completely wasted 2 laps there of an argument, which is childish. We apologise, but we're back racing. Yes, let's get back in the mindset. Let's get back to the fight for the lead. Reese and Bourbon Boy want to chase down AMS Drive. Reese half a second behind, and with DRS, the Bourbon Boy right behind Reese, literally, but using no battery there on 100%. Now he's using that battery to make the move on the Haas, who in turns want to make the move on the Williams, both of them gaining on AMS Drive. Reese goes down the inside of AMS Drive, takes the inside line and takes the lead, and is actually getting a DRS back on AMS Drive. Now will Bourbon Boy follow him through in towards turn 4 as Bourbon Boy maybe make this 3 wide. He's not as it get boxed in there by the Haas, as there goes Ali Ferrari making the double overtake on Reese and Bourbon Boy completely from out of nowhere, and Reese trying to force him wide, retake second place, and now it's old acquaintances once again. AMS Drive and Ali Ferrari the top 2 in tier 1.
Well, we've seen this before. AMS Drive versus Ali Ferrari. What a double move there from Ali on Reese and Bourbon Boy, who are now going to be fighting right back at him. And it's also allowed Nigel Piggle to get in on the act as well, now into P5. So the Haas is going well again, once again in 3rd and 5th. But Ali now, can he go from 4th to 1st in the space of 1 lap? We're going to find out now. He will have the DRS, but he's got that battery disadvantage. But nevertheless, he's going to have the pace, and he decides not to go past, and that allows Reese to then dive it down the inside, and Reese is now back up into second place. Yeah, I don't think Ali should have lifted off there. It definitely left the door open for Reese, who took advantage. But is Ali going to try and now dive down into turn 4? He does, but I think he's gone a bit too wide. He's still there on the curb. Ali really draining the battery. It's not going to help him in the next lap down the straight. He's still there. There's still side by side. Oh, and he runs him off a bit wide. A little bit more room was needed, I think, there. But nevertheless, Reese still sticks with it. And Amos Stroll will be hoping they battle a bit more to get out of the second barrier. But at the moment, he's just 6 tenths ahead. And I think now, with that battery disadvantage, oh, he gets a snap of oversteer there as well. And Reese should definitely have Ali now in the next straight.
Yeah, on another note though, you take your Mercedes, you stick him around the Red Bull ring, and you have him go side by side with the car at turn 7. What do you get, Monkey Boy Kurt? Because you know this and you were there to witness it. Anyway, Reese up to second place, and it's a bit of an inside joke, but if you want to know what this was about, check out the FPRL Discord, and if you do want to compete in FPRL, be sure to type !F1 in the Twitch chat. I'll get you a link to our Discord server, and also for our Twitch channel, races are streamed on twitch.tv/FP Racing League. Be sure to hit that follow button as we're on our way 750 followers and soon 4 digits and up. And speaking of 4 digits, the fight for 5th between Nigel and Object Fungus. Deja vu from Imola, and it's Nigel who wins out that one, and there goes Drobo on their charge back through the patch. Drobo now up to 6th after that pre-race disconnect that had him down in 16th by the end of the first lap. Drobo now back into the top 6, and it's now the top 11 cars in the 1 DRS stretch.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at David. He wants me to do my Shaggy impression from Scooby-Doo.
Oh god. Well,
Sure, because it's quite. To be fair, I quite like that impression, so I will do it. But I'm gonna do it when there's. I'm gonna do it when there's a next
yeah,
really close move, and then I'll do it.
for God's sake. Well, as long as you're the one that's taking us through the battle, why not? We can use that as a sound effect for when someone gets overtaken. Should have done it there though, because Object Fungus finally getting back past Nigel Priddle and is up now to 6th place himself. Nigel now down to 7th behind both of the Ferraris. As you see there as well from our leader graphic, 4.1 seconds covering AMS Drive down to Ben in 11th place, and actually both of the Astons on their own little charge back. Ben in 11th, Hound in 10th, but Hound is on 9-lap-old mediums. He did make his pit stop under the first safety car for a front wing change, but that might actually help him here because he's going to be in the mix now with the hard and medium runners from the start of the race, as well as Collateral Lads, albeit on that time penalty. And now we're going to see what Austria is all about, and it's just one big DRS express. Whenever you go for an overtake, you're going to lose 2 places if it doesn't work. So you got to bide your time a little bit around here, which I think Ali Ferrari doesn't want to do. He wants to make the move quickly on Reese, but he's just going to filter in a little bit further behind. As I get rid of our leader graphic, I can't see intervals between drivers. Knox and Hound are actually looking quite close on track behind Collateral Lads, and that is because Knox has actually lost out to Collateral Lads there. And we'll look back at our old Tier 2 acquaintances, and Nigel following in the tracks of Collateral Lads, getting a 3-second time penalty, and getting a 20-second penalty now for Portugal. As Knox is actually making a pit stop. I thought Hound made an overtake around the outside at turn 9, but no, it's Knox Desire making the pit stop, the first pit stop in that lead group, the top 11 cars, and it's the medium runner who pits first onto a set of hards, and he's going to have nice clear track. As long as he gets out ahead of Razadema, he should be okay to emerge in clear air, and I think he's going to quite comfortably actually. So now, what can they do on those hard tyres?
Well, look at this train. The top 10 is all in a DRS train. This is absolutely fantastic. It's just one after one after one, and it's going to be so difficult for any of these guys now to get past because they're all just going to have the same advantage of DRS. Amos Drive's doing very well here to hold on to the lead. He's not getting really attacked by Reese, and he's got 100% battery, would you believe it, as well. Actually, like Reese as well, he's got 95%, but Ali needs to try at some ball. He's gone a bit wide though as Ali, and now Bourbon Boy will be on the back of him if he can get a good exit. Oh, and Ali Ferrari's got that 3-second penalty, not one he wanted. I think Reese is a bit too far back to have a go at AMS Drive, but we now go down the next straight. Collateral Ads, to be fair, is doing well on these hards, and he's got a penalty, it has to be said, but he's climbed back up to 8th, and he'll be trying to get through into 7th with his, oh, and he hits Nigel Piggle there, but
I think
that seemed to get, yeah.
For those two, that's a love tap. If you've seen other crashes from them, then you will know it has got a little bit fiery between them in the past. But Ali Ferrari, don't forget, he is on that 10-second penalty. So
oh, here we go. Here we go. I think it's time for the impression.
Greece.
It might be time for the impression.
Oh, yeah, I can't get the camera angle, but Ali's made it work. I was going to say as well, though, don't forget, Ali Ferrari does have a 10-second penalty to serve from quite a few races ago, just because he hasn't raced in that long. So he's still got that to serve, on top of a 3 seconds he's just received for track limits tonight. So we're already at half race distance. Where's the time, Don? But AMS Drive leading as he has been from the off, but now it's Ali Ferrari back in second place.
Yeah, you kind of, it's kind of gone now. The moment, I'm gonna have to wait for another occasion now. We have to. I promise I will do it. I'm not trying.
You're
to get
welcome.
Out of it.
You're welcome. I saved you.
Well, I will do it as soon as I get a dive down the inside. I'm in full flow with the commentary. I will definitely do it. I promise you that. Bourbon Boy, this might be it, is it? No, it's not. Reese has got the battery on and saved me for another minute or so. Yeah, he just, and like AMS Drive is just staying ahead. I mean, to be fair now, he knows that Ali Ferrari's got a penalty. So even if Ali was to go past, he doesn't have to fight him too much, but he will want to still try and keep that lead on track. Ali, within 3 tenths, sorry, he might have a go at actually into turn 3, and he has got the drive on drive, funnily enough. Here comes the DRS. Is he going to take a dive down the inside? Decides not to again, and I think it's because he doesn't want to lose that DRS going up towards turn 4, but now he has got the DRS going up to turn 4. Now, will he take a dive down the inside this time? No, he won't. He's just going to stay behind. It's just a big train at the moment. No one's really making a move. And yeah, once again, I'm safe for another couple of laps, it looks like.
Yeah. I apologise to everyone waiting to clip the impression, but also you're welcome to Funky Boy Kurt for saving him from the clip. Again, we've got plenty in the archives for you. Nothing yet though to report. Everyone's just biding their time actually, because whoever pulls the trigger first for these pit stops, they've got to do it at the right time. Because the undercut around here, especially on mediums, is huge, but also having the fresher medium tyres to the end is huge as well for that middle sector. So, expect around lap 22 to lap 25, that's when we'll see the biggest brunt of the pit stops occurring for the medium tyres. And maybe as there's a light safety car, who knows, incentive, that they might see some soft tyres towards the end as well. So we're still far from deciding a winner here in Austria, but we'll see what the next 16 laps has to offer as well. Actually, having a look through the field here, everyone's starting to get split up here, but Nox Desires just running their own race. Midfield Maestro's made their pit stop, is now down in 14th. Junivane pitted again, is now 16th. Raza's still muscling on, hoping for that safety car. But as we look at our leader graphic, how far behind? Nox is only 19.5 seconds behind the MS drivers. There's a few drivers that's appealing to the pits. There's Reese and I think that was Drobel and DMS Drive. So no sooner have I mentioned that Nox Desire could be a serious threat here to the top 10. Four of them have dived into the pits. So now what tyres are they going on? And that's bad for the Haas's. Nigel's going to get held by his teammate. Reese goes ahead of Drobel. Everyone's on mediums, but now Nox Desire, where are they going to emerge? Going through turn 1, they're going to jump ahead of Drobel and get the jump on Reese. No, that's interesting.
It is, but he's got 5-lap-old hards compared to these guys' fresh mediums. I do feel like he's just going to drop back, unfortunately. But let's see if he can hold it there. It'd be good to see him try and hold it. And he's got the DRS actually on Reese, and he's going to go. Oh no, he hasn't. Sorry, that's my mistake. Reese has got the DRS on Nox and goes past into 10th. So yeah, unfortunately, it might work out well for him, Nox, but. Yeah, with the harder tyres and they're a bit older, I just think he's just going to fall back a little bit. He probably wanted to be about maybe 2, 3 to 5 seconds ahead of the pack. As Ali Ferrari is in, Object Fungus is in, Ben is also in. So staying out is Hound, staying out is Collateral Ads and Bourbon Boy, but Bourbon Boy will have to box. Collateral Ads doesn't have to box, but I think it's going to be very, very unlikely that he's going to get those hards to the end. Hound most certainly will not get mediums to the end, as he's taken them the same amount of time as Collateral Ads. But AMS Drive now, as we see, he is technically the net leader, if we're going to go on that. And he is currently 16 seconds behind, so he's about 14 and a half seconds behind Collateral Ads, who has also got a 3-second time penalty as well.
Let's see what Ads can do, because that is going to be an almighty task to keep ahead of these fresher tyre runners. Phenom and Henk is having their own little private duel here for what is a net 4th place. This has probably been the fight for the top 10, to be fair, as Henkes and Phenom just go through the final corner and just keep on their merry way. Hound has stayed out and is right behind Collateral Ads, both of these two on the same duration of tyres, 18 laps, but Hound is on mediums, Collateral Ads is on the hards, and Nigel gets another time penalty, which is really going to haunt him towards the end. Might actually, even with how close the pack is, he might drop out the points, but Bourbon Boy's going to keep going, and I wonder if they are going to gamble on either a safety car or go for softs to the end. They'll be like a rocket ship to the end, but it's about how quickly they can get ahead of the cars in front of them when they're in the DRS train.
Yeah, that's it. Ads has just got overtaken by Hound, didn't need to fight it. He probably knows that Hound won't make it to the end on mediums, so just kind of let him go. Didn't really make much of a fight of it. Phenom, Henkers as well, they're going to be approached by this fast lot on fresh tyres. First it's going to be AMS Drive, then Reese, then Drobel. But Bourbon Boy still not pitting, and he does have to pit because he hasn't stopped at all yet. And yeah, these guys, I just can't see them getting to the end. Henkers has now decided to come in. Object Fungus takes the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, and Henkers will come out in around about P16, so he's going to need a safety car if he wants to get back into this race.
Now, I suppose one way for AMS Drive is he didn't get held up by his teammate, but Phenom, he might cause a few pardon me, might cause a few problems here for these drivers if they do catch him at the wrong time. But also Phenom's kind of half hoping that they don't catch him because he's probably going to make this pit stop to cover off Henkes. Nigel making the move there on Ben for 11th place, but Nigel is on those penalties. So actually have a look at how many penalties. And that is 6 seconds for Nigel, the same as Ali Ferrari. Maestro and Collateral Ads making the move back on Hound, who's made his pit stop just there. And Junuvane is on 9 seconds, which I didn't really count up beforehand, but that's quite a bit. And now Phenom is staying out, so this is really going to play problems here for the lead group and could actually help out Collateral Ads just that little bit extra should anything happen towards the end of the race. But now they're all just going to merge together. And now, yeah, Phenom, I think, yeah, Phenom knows exactly what the role here is, and that is get out of the way of as many cars as you can. But he's not giving us up without a fight. He's making us awkward here for Ali and Drobel, who's just going to show him off as something.
And that is time for the impression. Zoinks! Run, Scoob!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh dear, Drobel has been absolutely collected. He's done a David Loweface on Monkey Boy Kurt right there.
What? Collateral lads. He's going to be ruining that 3-second penalty, but this is heaven for Bourbon Boy as well as Collateral lads. But now, what do the medium runners do? Did he stay out or did he pit for softs? Well, there's the answer for Reese. He's there to go for it. As it stands, actually, to be fair, he's not going to lose much time. And further back as well, Ali and Object. Oh, everyone's coming in now. Ben's staying out, which is bold. Hound has actually just made his pit stop, so this will help him out as well. This is going to be interesting. This is going to shake up the field, and actually, oh, MS Drive did pit. But he's getting held, is he? Nope, it's just my game being my game. Must have been a late call in for Drive to go into the pits. Hey, Tom O'Fro, clip it. He didn't go to the right-hand side of the track. Sorry, I'm still better from WOR.
Midfield Maestro in P5 on 9-lap-old hards. If he decides to stay out, he's going to be a nightmare for the guys behind him. But, I mean, I don't know why he didn't come in. Obviously, well... I mean, he's just going to be a sitting duck. I think even Ben on 4-lap on mediums is going to be a sitting duck, really. Bourbon Boys decided to go to mediums as well, which is interesting. There's 10 laps to go. I would probably say that the softs are probably the better option. So, interesting decision there. But obviously we'll wait and see when we get back going again. If you're Shaggy at the back, I don't know why you wouldn't have pitted for fresh softs. You're at the back, you're not going to lose any places. Get on those softs now, mate.
Fair enough. I'll be back in a sec. Just go to top up my drink.
No worries, mate. I'm going to do the same. I've got my dead man's finger and Coke here. So we'll give that a little topperoonie while we're waiting for the drivers to catch up to the pack. Silverside Boy, I hope you clipped that Shaggy impression of mine. If you didn't, then go back and do it. Yes, you did clip it. Fantastic. Always up for a good laugh is the Monkey Boy. Yeah, so midfield Maestro does not pit 10-lap-old hards. He is going to be absolutely, yeah, he's going to be absolute sitting duck, and he will just drop straight back down that field. I don't know why he hasn't come in, but that's his choice, and yeah. He's also got a time penalty as well, so that even more suggests that he should have pitted. The safety car should be in this lap as Shaggy is coming to the back of the pack. Why would you not come into the pits? Don't understand it. You're on 10-lap-old mediums and you're at the back of the pack. Why are you not coming the pits for? Oh, well.
There we go.
And you're back, are you?
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Just in time.
Oh, dear. I was just saying that, yeah, Shaggy's not decided to come in. Don't know why.
Ah. Well, it's more so about Midfield Maestro. Midfield Maestro, I salute you, mate, and good luck. Because you are going to need it on this restart. We have 8 laps left. Actually, tell I 9 laps left. Not like it's much of a difference, to be fair. Around Austria. Bourbon Boy, for the first time this evening, leading the way. After that safety car, Collateral lads now in second place. Ben, Hound, Midfield Maestro, And then it's Drive already dispatching of the Red Bull, and I think Midfield Maestro knows any fight he is going to have, it's just going to be a waste of time. As there goes Reese making the move on the Red Bull, and almost making the move there on AMS Drive. He's just going to sit back further back, or sit back behind, and just wait for his time to pounce when the DRS arrives. As Ali Ferrari looking to make the move. Oh, he's going to brave it round the outside. Late, very late on the brakes there. Midfield Maestro knows it's not worth fighting as well, and there was Ali Ferrari now up to 7th place. But Collateral Lads, he's not letting Bourbon Boy out of his sights, and neither for that matter is Hound. Could they be on for a result tonight as well?
Yeah, he might be. Here goes Object Fungus around the outside of midfield Maestro. Fantastic move there, but it has to be said that the Red Bull is on absolutely dreadful tyres. He's just going to drop back and back. Collateral adds within 2/10 of Bourbon Boy. Now, Bourbon Boy got a bit of a snap there. Now, Collateral Ads will use this as an advantage. And there we go. Collateral Ads takes the lead of the Tier 1 Austrian Grand Prix. And Nigel Pirro as well was spun.
He's gone. Mighty got tied. But Collateral Ads, he takes the lead of the race.
Can we just say, for a Tier 2 driver, what a brilliant driver this is from Collateral Ads.
Yeah, especially after last week around Imola. The result he needed, to be fair. To prove all the doubters him wrong, he is now making a stand in Tier 1, and he's now looking to stand on the podium, but he's got to run for the hills in the Styrian Mountains today. I think that's one way of putting it for Collateral Lads, but he's got 7 laps to try and eke out a gap of 3 seconds to the pack, which as it stands right now will drop him down to 7th place ahead of Object Fungus. So the objective is clear for Collateral Lads. Drive fast.
Well, he's going to want to hope that Hound has a go at Bourbon Boy here. But now this is going to be the window where Bourbon Boy's tyres are going to be around the same pace as those softs. And I think soon we're going to see it swing back the other way. Ads is just going to be wanting to hope that they fight behind him and maybe he can kind of get a second gap, but doesn't look like it at the moment. It already looks like Bourbon Boy's tyres are coming back into play here. Only 2 tenths behind at the braking zone there, and I think if it stays like this towards the end of the lap, come the next DRS zone towards turn 3, Bourbon Boy might take him back. I mean, he's going to drop down regardless of pens, but he'll still want to finish as high as he can on track.
Stuck on board with Ben as he lost the place there to Object Fungus. And he's running his own race here as Ben. As it stands, he will finish ahead of Ali Ferrari. And after that race, that is the one thing he had to avoid. And that is now game over for Collateral Lads. Now it's going to be about who is going to finish in 2nd place. But, well, actually for that matter, who's going to take the win out of Bourbon Boy, Hound, Drive, Reese, and maybe Object Fungus as well, because there goes AMS Drive making the move on Hound in towards turn 3, and there goes Drive making back another place from the pit stop loss, and he's just got one more car in front of him to take back what will be the net lead, and then the car ahead of that is going to be for the lead. So AMS Drive, slight bit deterred by that safety car, not letting it put it off him, he's now back into the podium places.
Yeah, Bourbon Boy. I mean, I think actually AMS Drive here might have a go at Bourbon Boy as well. Is it a yellow flag out? And who's that off? I think Ben's took a little bit of a half spin, dropped behind Knox, but just keep it on the track and stays 9th for now. So we go down the main straight, lap 32 out of 36. And Bourbon Boy with the DRS and the superior battery. Here he goes then. Is he going to have a go at Collateral Ads? I think he will. And even against people like AMS Drive and Reese and Hound, Bourbon Boy's tyres are going to be in a better condition now at 6 lap holders. They're on mediums. And he's right on the back of Collateral Ads. Now surely he's going to go for the move into the lead. Ads has got to leave space and he doesn't decide to go there. I think he could have fit it through there, but he's decided to lay off. And Ads is still doing a good job at the moment to keep him behind. We've got 4 laps to go, but yeah, it's going to be not long until those tyres are going to die off for Ads. But Bourbon Boy mustn't drop behind people like Reese and AMS Drive because, like we've already said, the mediums will be the better tyre come the last sort of few laps of the race.
As we're looking at that battery usage for the pair of them, Bourbon Boy on 90%, Collateral Ads is on around 15%, 1-5, and Collateral Ads on that 6 seconds of time penalties. It's slowly starting to unravel here for the AlphaTauri driver, which, to be fair to him, he has done very well to get in this position, but I think it's a position he's going to be losing in just a few moments' time, because Bourbon Boy is going to look for the move in towards turn 3. He's going to brake just a little bit sooner than Collateral Ads to get the exit, because he knows the traction is there, as I have a major desync, and that looks that looked worse as it was, as good. And now we are back in the realms of Imola, where we don't know what is going on.
Yeah, oh, it's looking a bit sketchy at the moment. Is this a desync for the whole lobby? I hope it isn't. But I just saw Object Fungus take a massive dive and then just teleport straight back. So I hope it's looks like it might have sorted itself out now.
Yeah, well, here's hoping. We've got 3 laps left as we cross the line. Collateral Ads on a 6-second time penalty will not be taking the victory as it stands. Bourbon Boy, AMS Drive, Reese, Hound, Object Fungus from last place at the start of the evening is now up, looking towards the top 5, and Junovane's put pay to his race. Another time penalty for track limits. And now Bourbon Boy is going to look again to make that overtake, or is this just defence tactics to keep AMS Drive behind, knowing that you can just use the DRS from Collateral Ads and just use that to keep AMS Drive behind them?
That could be, actually, that's a good point there, to be fair. It's a bit similar to... Oh, there was almost contact there between Ads and Bourbon Boy. I don't think maybe he's trying to stay behind now, but Ads is still ahead, and is Bourbon Boy going to go around the outside? Here comes Drive, and Ads is still somehow ahead of this lot. His tyres now and the battery, he's got no battery at all as well. And here goes Bourbon Boy. Surely won't go for a move here. It's not worth the risk. As we go on to lap 35, the penultimate lap of this race. It's Collateral Ads on track that is still leading. And this is fantastic. Surely now, though, Bourbon Boy's going to get through. He's got such a better... Yeah, this is it. This is where Bourbon Boy goes past. This is where AMS Drive goes past as well. And Ads is now a sitting... Even Reese might get past here as well. And he does. And Ads loses 3 spaces. 3 places in the space of 1 straight.
Yeah, I think Ads has done his service there. Oh, pardon me, just did a bit of a cough. Off the microphone. We're back. Bourbon Boy, AMS Drive, Reese, Collateral Ads now in 4th. But Collateral Ads, no disrespect, he's done absolutely fantastic to get in that position, aided by the safety car. And yeah, I can't speak like this. I'm gonna have to take a drink. I'm sorry.
That's all right, mate. We can carry it on. AMS Drive 6 tenths behind. I think Bourbon Boy's done this. He's got the better tyres for this stage of the stint, and unless anything silly happens where he throws it off the track or gets a penalty warning or whatever, I think Bourbon Boy's got this done. He's using the battery as well. And AMS Drive 4 tenths behind. He's going to have to try and now send it, which he does. This is going to be his last chance now up this straight. 4 tenths is the gap. He's trying to break the slipstream as Bourbon Boy. On the power is AMS Drive. He's going to have a go now into the turn 4. AMS Drive, this could be for the win. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. Bourbon Boy stays ahead. And now Ads... Drive's going to have to try and switch the position, going around the 2 left-handers. Bourbon Boy still holds on to it. And I think now, unless nothing happens, Bourbon Boy's just about held on to that. But it was a great effort from AMS Drive. 2 more corners to go for Bourbon Boy. It gets a bit of a slide there, but just about keeps it together. And he started 18th in the sprint, and he's come home to win the feature race. Fantastic from the Alfa Romeo.
That it was. Bourbon Boy from 18th before the sprint race tonight, recovers to take his first win of the season and light his championship charge against the field. AMS Drive, though, picked up the sprint win and a second place. That's still a very strong haul of points for him. Reese picking up third. Object Fungus as well, from last at the start of the evening after a quali ban to pick up fourth. Even more valuable points for him. And Hound as well up in the top 5 and definitely put the cat amongst the pigeons there for quite a few drivers there. So Hound, he'll be proud of his efforts tonight, or shall I use a more appropriate term, put the fox between the Hound for the Aston Martin driver. Sorry, well, do you know what? We've got around 10 minutes left for interviews, and then I'll make sure that the door slams in my face when we're off the air. As I completely boycott the podium celebrations, and it's Bourbon Boy who takes the most points technically, using the F1 standings, 8th place and a first place in the main event, which I make to be 17 points because Nigel Piddle has the fastest lap bonus point. That won't apply. So Bourbon Boy with a 16-point haul this evening. AMS Drive will pick up, I believe, if my numbers are correct, 20, which will propel him up towards the top 5 of our championship. Reese getting a good haul as well for him. Object Fungus knocks Desire again up in the top 6 again for the Alfa Romeo driver. And then we got collateral ads after those penalties. Ali Ferrari on their return will take 8th place, but that 10-second penalty will drop him out of the points. So that'll be Ben and Henkes who will take 9th. Well, actually, will take 8th, 9th, and Razadema will take 10th ahead of the Mercedes. As I'll grab the screenshots very quickly from my phone as we're watching the stream.
Yeah, Nigel Piggle obviously came in towards the end, got some fresh tyres, got the fastest lap. Nigel, you're not getting driver of the day for getting the fastest lap before you say anything in the chat. So yeah, just making that clear. But yeah, no, a great race. A few exciting, dramatic crashes as well between the McLarens and Phenom and Drobal that made it very exciting. But in the end, yeah, Auburn Boy held his nerve. The only person on that last safety car to go to the mediums, but made it work. So yeah, well done to the Alfa Romeo. At the moment, we've just got Mr. AMS driving here. I don't think we've got the other two. So I'm going to ping them one more time. Hopefully, but if not, we'll just get going with our P2, man. Let me just send one more invite to the lads.
I got cash. Hooray. As we'll head to the showroom and get the 3rd place car on stream, which would be the Haas for Reese, as there's Bourbon Boy arrived and joined up for our post-race interviews. But we'll get Reese's car rather on stream for 3rd place, and good effort from Reese. I believe that was second place. No, it was 3rd place in the sprint, 3rd place in the main race. Fair play, consistency. And we'll get the Williams up for AMS Drive. And Monkey Boy Kurt, it's your call. You want a P2 driver or a race winner?
Oh, it's a terrible echo from someone. Just making that aware. But no, I'll take B2. I'll let you take the race winner, mate.
Right, and well, on that note, over to you and AMS Drive.
Yeah. So, Drive. Oh,
Hello.
Sorry, I'm going to have to say whoever that echo is, just mute their mic. Yeah, I think we're good now. Yes.
Beautiful.
So, so first of all, obviously, we'll start with quality. Really, you blew them out of the park. I mean, they got a bit closer to you on the final run. With that second run you did with 1:03.5 at one point. I think it was 4 tenths quicker than anyone else. Pole position, so exactly what you wanted there. Was there any more that you could have got off that time?
Yeah, there was. I think the track was quite slow for some reason in quali. And then on my last run, I was almost a tenth up, and then ran out of fuel, which was lovely. But yeah, I wasn't really too happy with it, even though it was pole. But I mean, pole is pole, so absolutely take it. But yeah, kind of surprised after those first runs that no one else was kind of with me.
Well, you set the standards very high for yourself then. But no, obviously a great pole position and move on to the sprint. I think me and Cruz will both agree one of the best sprints we've ever seen, not just in Tier 1, but in FPRL. The top 6. I mean, for yourself, obviously, it was P2 in the sprint. Drove just about got you in the. I just want to ask just a quick question. Last lap dive, you took into turn 4. A little bit pushed on the gravel.
Yeah, I didn't quite hear the last of that, but it's a bit of a glitch. But I assume what you're asking, what I thought of that.
Yes, is it?
Yeah, not best pleased in the moment. Not gonna be honest. But I mean, yeah, no, I wasn't too happy with it. But I mean, it is what it is. I thought I would have, because I was running low wings. I thought I'd have the pace to just have him. But yeah, it didn't quite work out, which is a shame because I felt like I led most of the laps. But oh well.
Yeah, and then obviously going into the feature, you were near the front, leading a lot of the laps for the race. Came in obviously with a lot of the others. Bourbon Boy decided to stay out. Got the luck of the draw with the safety car. Obviously, everyone went to softs to be near the end. Just not quite the tyre to sort of get you the win. We saw another last lap dive from you on Bourbon Boy, but do you think would you still take P2 after the race that you've had?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so frustrating, both P2s. Like the first stint of the main race on his hards, I was feeling pretty much untouchable. The pace was so good. And then obviously the second stint didn't last very long until that unfortunate safety car. But then it was just getting through the pack. Had to use my ERS, use my tyres. Had to use a bit definitely for the end to get by sort of collateral and sort of force Bourbon to get through him. And then yeah, on the last lap, on the penultimate lap, that middle sector, I just couldn't stick with Bourbon. But I didn't have any mediums, obviously. So that, and then coming onto the last lap, turn 4, very similar to the sprint. So I decided inside this time, try it, and just locked from fronts a bit, and kind of gave Bourbon a little tap, and he got ahead of me, and there was nothing I could do, which is just really annoying, but good points all the same. And then bloody Nigel saw my fastest lap at the last time of asking, which was very nice of him. Bloody prick.
Typical
No.
Nigel way. But yes, no, very good from you today. 2 P2s. Obviously, you'll take the points that will help you out in the championship. Next week, we go to Portimao, Portugal. Your feelings for that one?
Yeah, bring on. Let's have another good one. Hopefully, enough of the P2s.
Well, some P1s. Okay, well done once again. Both P2s tonight. Cruiser, I'll hand you over to interview our race winner.
Thank you, Monkey, and well done, AMS Drive, a tracking effort from yourself and getting the championship charge back on track after Imola. As we'll head now to the Alfa Romeo for their first victory of the season and maiden win. In Season 7, it goes the way of Bourbon Boy, and from 18th on the grid before our sprint race, surely you were just expecting to maybe just pick up a few points here and there or just hope something went your way, which I think in the main race is certainly the miracle gift that you received. I think he's still shocked. Don't know if this is a silent treatment. I don't know. Oh, Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Like I was saying though, you definitely got the miracle drift in the race.
Yeah, I got very lucky in that race, to be honest. I can't do quality. I really wish I could, but I can never do qualifying for some reason. So yeah, got up 10 positions, I think, in the sprint, so that gave me a decent chance to just stay with the main train in the race. And then my plan was always to just stay out as long as possible, and I was going to pick that up anyway. So just got to look at the safety car. And then I didn't expect everyone to go on softs at the end. I thought some might have gone mediums. So yeah, I couldn't really. I just had to sit in DRS and hope I could just pull away and put on my lap like I did, and thankfully it just about worked.
Yeah, certainly that. But going into a sprint race as well. Pardon me. In the same position with objects and ads, it was just a recovery tool.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And out of all the tracks to start at the back, Austria's not exactly the worst, so just made my way through. Slowly, surely.
And heading on. Pretty off the heaven.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
on to Portugal next week. Same as MS Drive. Bring it on.
Yeah, I've done Portugal once or twice this game, so it shouldn't be too bad, but it probably won't be great. So let's just see what happens.
That's pretty much it.
Just see what happens.
And I apologise for some boring just to avoid that intro at the end of the stream. Again, I'm sorry, Bourbon Boy. Like, I really am. But that is gonna be it, as we'll get my will we get my tree? Actually, no, we'll get my car up because I run the stream. Yes. That's gonna be it. Showing my complete bias here, and that's gonna be it for our race week in Austria. Thank you everyone for tuning in and for watching across our Tier 3, 2 and Tier 1 race. And as we said, next time out in FPRL on Sunday the 11th of February, we'll be heading to Portimao for our week in Portugal. So that'll be the plan across FPRL next week. But for now, Monkey Boy Kurt, who is going to be your driver of the day?
Well, I mean, I don't know if we're doing one for each, but I'm just going to personally do one for the overall. And on this occasion, I don't think you can look further than the man that's climbed 17 places from the start of the sprint. So just on that basis, to be fair, Collateral Ads was in the running if he kept his positions and kept off the penalties. But no, I'm going to have to give it to Bourbon Boy just for the sheer amount of positions that he's gained from the start of the sprint race.
Fair enough, and I don't think many people will argue with that, unless you're Nigel Piddle for a fastest lap point. I've just had another 10-second penalty my way. Nice. I'm now at 1 minute 30 seconds in a race ban. The cruiser's doing work. Yeah, as I said, that is it. We'll be heading to Portugal next week, and as well, for those who are new to FPRL, and if you have just tuned into the Twitch channel or are watching us on YouTube, we stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/FP Racing League, and if you type !F1 in our Discord server, well, in our Twitch chat, you'll get a link to our Discord server, and complete the recruitment sign-up steps, and you'll be able to join our tiers, and maybe one day, be you getting in for a quick post-race chat, or even something that a little bit more, and being crowned our very first FPRL European and Continental Champion for Season 7, and for the first time in FPRL we are hosting two middle ground championships, ahead for an overall championship. I think that makes some sense. Anyway, we have a European Championship which we're contesting right now across a couple of races. We have a Continental Championship across every other continent that isn't Europe, because they do exist, and an overall result gets crowned our Season 7 champion. So keep an eye out on that for the end of the season, because it's going to be fun, and we end off the season with the right way. But Monkey Boy Chart, again, thank you very much for joining me in the commentary box for what was another thrilling sprint race in FPRL.
Yeah, it was a great one, mate. Glad we could commentate on it together again, like last week. And who knows? Might have a hat trick next week. We'll have to wait and see about that.
Well, here's to many more for the season ahead. And that has been Monkey Boy Kurt, and this has been Cruiser 1872, keeping it brief because I am still ill. Thank you very much for watching, and from all of us here at FPRL, good night.